And that's it. MSU Denver is going to the championship game.
The 2025 Roadrunners baseball team reached the NCAA tournament for the third time in 4 years. A big part of that was the RMAC tournament run that still resonates today.
Because we all had, belief in everybody in that staff and in that lineup as well, and it was a lot of fun. We did a lot of things that weren't expected, and we made quite the jump in the regional rankings to get that bid that we wanted.
It was awesome. We got off to a bad start last year. That's kind of the weird part about when you only have 3 weeks to get ready to go. You're not really sure what's going to happen when you start, and we were on the road, played some good teams, and we just weren't playing very well to begin with. And so to be able to bounce back, get going, play well in conference, and then really get going at the end was awesome. We had a great group of kids.
The 2026 team will look a little different from last year's squad, as half of the roster is brand new to downtown Denver. But the culture that head coach Ryan Streen has built for this program should have this team right back in the NCAA mix.
Yeah, that's the expectation every year is get to the NCAA tournament. We're trying to win a conference championship. Hopefully at some point we can host a regional, super regional, stuff like that, because that's definitely an advantage getting to the World Series. But that's what our goal is. We have good players. The kids come here because they know that that's our expectations, and I'm very honest with them when I recruit them. I said, you're coming here to get an education, you're coming here, Denver's a fun place to go to school, but you're coming here to win.
I think at MSU, we're used to winning, so I think just continuing that winning streak and just get better each year. I think this year we have a really talented squad. Even compared to last year, I think our pitching's a lot better and our hitting's just as good or better than it was last year.
On the hitting side, the Red and Blue lose one of the best all-time Roadrunner hitters in Cam Uran and one of the top home run hitters in 2025 in Easton Amundsen. So how will the hitting look heading into 2026?
Filling those roles is going to be hard for us, but I think the guys that we brought in are just as capable of doing the same things that they are. We might have to play a different kind of baseball this year, whether that's, bunting a guy over instead of relying on a home run that's, 3 runs. But, we have 2 guys on base. How do we move those guys over so that we can get somebody up to bat that can drive those 2 runs in? Same kind of thing.
We lose a ton of offense. We have 4 really good returners, some guys that came back, with Schmay's been here for a long time. He's a 5th year. It seems like he's been here the longest out of anybody, him and Livesey. And so we're going to need him to play well. Brooks Rasmussen had a good year when he got in the lineup last year. Van Dyne did a really nice job behind the plate. And then Eru had a tremendous season at third base, one of our better hitters. So we got some of those guys back. And then we have some good hitters. I could list off probably 12 other guys that I think have an opportunity to play.
Senior outfielder Brooks Rasmussen will be back in the lineup for this season, and he brings a ton of talent and experience to this year's group.
Playing where they want me to play at, and if that means I'm in the 9-hole that day and I'm in left field, then that's great. Just doing my part to find a way to get the lineup to turn over and win the game that day.
No one flashes the leather like All-RMAC second-teamer Gavin Schmay, who also broke out in a big way offensively for the Roadrunners.
I think you're right, just being in there every day, it definitely helps, especially at the shortstop position. But yeah, I sat behind some really good players in my time, Alba, Schultz, Ralston, all those guys, so I got to learn a lot, got to watch a lot, so when I got in there, it was easy.
Carter Swan came up huge in relief for MSU Denver, leading the team and the RMAC in saves. He will once again lead the relievers, but will also be a big-time voice in the new group of Roadrunners pitchers.
I'm a little crazy sometimes when it comes to game time. I do some pretty crazy stuff to get prepared, whether that's just climbing on the fence or doing some weird stuff in the bullpen. Just kind of getting mentally prepared in my own special way, I guess.
I feel like this is our best pitching staff we've probably had since the 21 season, just depth-wise. We've had some guys that have stepped up in the past years, but like I said, last year it was kind of a revolving door. We really couldn't get a set rotation, whereas in 21 we had 4 good starters. They all stayed healthy. They stayed through the season. You had Cox on the backside that was a good closer, and we had some good relievers, so we really pitched it well that year.
The Roadrunners will begin the new season at home as they'll host Missouri Western State for a 3-game series beginning on January 31st. Keep up with the Red and Blue all season long at roadrunnersathletics.com.
Excited about this group. I'm very fortunate to have the 41 kids that we have. They did a tremendous job in the classroom. Got a 3.41 GPA, which I think is last fall was our best GPA in program history, and then we broke it this year. So we're really excited for that. And then I'm just fortunate to have my staff. We added a couple of new pieces to our coaching staff that I think is going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to having a good year.